today we're going to start with walking. I'm not going to have a video for all of the walking series, but I thought it'd be helpful to have a walking video for the first one that we start with. I completely recommend working with a healthcare professional to help you figure out what your heart rate should be so you know what not to exceed. And keep monitoring your symptoms when you walk. Start indoors, start slow-paced, and gradually increase indoors. If your heart rate gets too high walking, another option is using a recline bike, a recumbent bike. I actually bought a bike on Amazon that is a fold-up bike, which I absolutely love, and the seat's even comfortable too. And it's lightweight, and I put a little pillow in the back, and I can recline in it. So it's another way to strengthen your legs, but also strengthen your endurance, to keep building your endurance if walking's too difficult. Monitor whatever symptoms that you tend to get. I actually almost always have an oximeter on, or a watch that has a second hand, so I can constantly monitor my heart rate. If your heart rate starts getting a little high, slow down your pace, pace your breathing even more. If it starts getting even higher, that is a sign to stop probably. All right, when my heart rate starts getting really high, and even if I'm slowing down and I'm doing great breathing and it's still getting high, I stop, because I know for me, soon it's gonna really skyrocket, and I don't want it skyrocketing because that makes me crash later. When you stop, don't just go down, don't just stop and then lie down suddenly, because you have to adjust your position for your body to get used to that adjustment. So pause, rest, and standing or sit down, take some breaths, relax, and then perhaps if you need to rest in reclined position in bed, or then lying down. If you really need to go to bed right away, try going in a reclined position first. It's just like when you're going out exercising before having an illness, I would go hard and then you just can't stop. You have to have a cool down phase, kind of like having a warm-up phase. All right, how we're gonna do walking is I'll be posting, I'm trying to go off the Levine's model, which you can Google, and it's also, people tend to go off of that for people with dysautonomia or POTS, but there are specialists that work with people with this. So ask your doctor for a professional, that you can really have someone. I actually work with an exercise physiologist now. I worked myself many months, and then I'm like, I really need to know what is a safe heart rate, because my heart rate is much higher than it's supposed to be. So I wanted to know where is it okay to push myself, how far, and when do I need to know to stop, because my heart rate's already in a zone it shouldn't be anyhow. So I started off walking for 2 minutes twice a day. So it was really 4 minutes, right? So give yourself that credit. 2 minutes twice a day, doing that for 2 days, and then I would increase only 1 minute in the morning or at night. So sometimes even increasing that 1 minute was too much, so I would go back to just the 2 minutes then. Sometimes if I'm doing great for a week and then the next week I'm still increasing, but then I miss a few days, so what I do is I go back and I start the week over, because you don't want to miss a few days and then all of a sudden jump into increasing how long you're walking or how far you're walking when your body hasn't adjusted to that yet. This is think of slow and steady wins the race, right? It was the turtle that won the race, not the hare. And we're going to be winning this race by pacing ourselves. All right? So let's get ready to walk for 2 minutes.
Starting now.
Here we go. I guess I'll give you a tour of my house. So let's focus again on the breathing. We're inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling through the nose if you can. Exhaling through the nose or through the mouth. Gentle exhale. Okay. Slow inhaling and exhaling. Pacing your walk with your breathing. Not forcing the breath, just letting it relax, going out of your relaxed jaw. Okay, inhaling. Exhaling. And if you're wearing an oximeter, just checking your heart rate if you'd like. Okay. This is about the pace I started at, maybe even, actually probably a little slower I started at. And at that time my heart rate was 124. So I've been able to, through really slow walking, paced breathing, I've been able to get it down to like 106 now on good days, okay? Put your hand on your belly if that helps remind you to breathe. Feeling the weight of your heel touching the floor, the balls of your foot pushing off. It's a nice walking meditation, becoming mindfully aware of the beauty of walking. Okay, and even having a mantra. I inhale joy. I exhale gratitude. And there we are. I hear the alarm. The 2 minutes are up. So let's just pause for a minute. Let's just take a breath. Exhale. Another breath. And then you can sit if you'd like. So because sitting up is so important during the day, and although I still can't sit up for a full day, how I would do this for myself, how I built up is I would sit up for almost a full hour, whether I was sitting up in bed or sitting in a chair or on the couch. And then right at the end of that hour, I would take my walk because that's when I would get really tired. And so then I would sit down maybe 5 minutes, then go and recline in bed because I would get so tired out. Perhaps you want to walk first for the 2 minutes and then sit down for the rest of the hour. Figure out what works for you. It's really trying to figure out how to balance your day with walking, with sitting up, and with also resting too, so you're not pushing it yourself. I spent one day trying to sit up all day and I was absolutely exhausted. So sitting up may sound like it's not that much work, but it is a lot of work especially when you're dealing with autonomic nervous dysfunction or high heart rate, lightheadedness. Sitting up takes a lot of extra work and it raises the heart rate compared to reclining. Okay, so I hope that helps. I will be posting from now on all the different steps to walking, increasing it gradually, minute by minute. Don't do what I recommend, what I suggest. This is more based on my experience and what I'm doing and did for myself. Do what works best for you. Stay at 2 minutes for a couple of weeks. I eventually have gotten up to 5 minutes. I stayed at 5 minutes two times a day for a few weeks, actually several weeks. Then I went up to 3 times a day for 5 minutes for several more weeks. I'm on 5 months now where I'm just able to walk 5 minutes 4 times a day, okay? So I'm not pushing myself. I'm listening to my body and giving myself also the credit of what I'm doing, okay? Not the frustration, but the credit of what I'm doing, all right? All right, you guys, I hope that helps. Happy walking.